rebranded as Aadhaar, which meant foundation. It envisaged giving identity to 1.2 billion Indians based on minimal demographic data, that is name, date of birth, age, gender, and biometrics, which included all 10 fingerprints, both iris and photograph. In the last 7 years, more than 1.2 billion people have been given Aadhaar, covering 99% of the adults in India. Since Aadhaar is based on deduplication of biometrics, duplicate, ghosts, and fakes, which used to creep in most ID programs earlier, is almost impossible here. Imagine the technological complexity of this deduplication task. Biometrics, 10 fingerprints and 2 iris of every newly enrolled person are matched with the biometrics of everyone in the database before an Aadhaar number is given. At one point, we used to enroll 2 million people every day, and their biometrics used to be matched against the biometrics of 1 billion people, and this task had to be completed in 24 hours, otherwise we had a very backlog. A state-of-art technological back-end processing engine has been developed in-house within our country, and which we all should be very, very proud of, to finish this compute-intensive task within 24 hours. Computer scientists who are present here can imagine the compute complexity of these tasks. 2 million multiplied by 10 fingerprints, 2 iris, multiplied by 1 billion, and again 12. So this kind of a matching has to take place within 24 hours. Aadhaar has thus emerged as the world's largest biometric identity program in the world. Aadhaar has also created a nationwide authentication infrastructure which is not there in any other ID program. That is, one could use his biometrics to prove his identity anywhere, anytime, and authenticate his identity. It may be worth mentioning that no other contemporary ID scheme of this scale has ever been attempted anywhere in this world. We often hear of identity theft through stealing vital personal information, credit card, debit card, social security numbers. We recently heard that Equifax, leakage of data from Equifax and their devastating consequences. Aadhaar's multimodal biometric authentication feature has become a powerful safeguard against identity thefts, because it will be much more difficult to steal all 10 fingerprints and iris. Being a biometric-based digital ID, it cannot be stolen, lost, tampered, or destroyed. Truly, Aadhaar is our identity, which, like our soul, is permanent and cannot be destroyed. It reminds of Bhagavad Gita, Nainam Chiddanti Sastrani, Nainam Dati Pavaka, Na Chainam Kaledyanto Yapo, Na Sosyati Maruta. Aadhaar cannot be tampered or destroyed. In the wake of widespread concerns on use of Aadhaar and its legal validities and issues such as data protection and privacy, Indian Parliament enacted Aadhaar law in March 2016 to give a statutory cover to Aadhaar and protect privacy of biometric and personal data of Aadhaar holders. It also empowers the government to make Aadhaar mandatory for availing any government services, to ensure that benefits funded from public exchequer only go to the intended and deserving beneficiaries. Aadhaar, through its technological marvel, has empowered 1 billion people, rich and poor alike, who can now prove their identity anywhere, anytime, and avail services in hassle-free manner, online as well as offline. Besides being a unique, robust identifier, Aadhaar acts as a permanent financial address and is now sufficient for opening a bank account in a paperless manner. More than 15 crore bank accounts have been opened in this manner. Existing bank accounts are being linked with Aadhaar so that the people, particularly in the rural areas, can also do banking transactions at their doorsteps through Aadhaar-based micro ATM operated by more than 100,000 business correspondents. So far, more than 57 crore Aadhars have been uniquely linked to bank accounts. Aadhar-linked bank accounts enable benefits to be directly transferred to the resident so that he can withdraw cash from micro-ATM touch points using his fingerprints and Aadhar number. PMLA rules have been amended to link every bank account with Aadhar. Income Tax Act has been amended to require linking of every PAN card with and filing of income tax returns with Aadhar. These steps will go a long way in curbing frauds, money laundering, black money and tax evasion in our country. Aadhar established itself as a godsend for crisis management during the floods in Tamil Nadu a few years ago, where the people whose documents were washed away in the flood, they were able to withdraw money from their Aadhar-linked bank account just at the touch of their finger. Rural workers can imagine their wages, benefits directly into their bank accounts and withdraw money through Aadhar-based micro-ATM without having to travel tens of miles to a brick-and-mortar bank. Similarly, old-age widows and disabled people can receive their pensions and government benefits directly into their bank accounts and withdraw money at their doorsteps. Bhim Aadhar Pay, which was launched by our Prime Minister last year, where the payments can be made through Aadhar at the touch of a finger without any debit or credit card. The whole world is amazed at this. Aadhar is being used in other areas too. Telecom companies are replacing cumbersome process of collecting paper IDs for issuing SIM cards with the Aadhar fingerprint authentication. Aadhar is also being used in various examinations conducted by various central and state boards of examination and public service commissions. Degrees and certificates are being linked to Aadhar and being stored in a digital locker which would be online accessible. So no more Vyapam scam or Sanjay Dutt's Munna Bhai MBBS or Amir Khan's Rancho of Three Idiots. Aadhar is being used to trace and unite missing children with their loved ones. Bollywood's favorite script of two brothers being lost with their loved ones and reunited 20 saal baad will no more be relevant. Salim Javed and Rajkumar Hiranis of Bollywoods may look for some other ideas for their films henceforth. Aadhar fingerprint authentication is being used in central government and other offices to mark attendance of employees. Lakhs of ghost teachers and ghost employees are being eliminated through this exercise. Land records and property registration. Just now, Honorable Minister of IT, he informed that Andhra Pradesh has taken a lead to link land records and property registration with Aadhar, and this is truly a very, very transformative step which Telangana government has taken the lead. Aadhar authentication is being used to digitally sign documents and has been conferred legal status of digital signature in India. Many more such innovative uses are being planned. Presently, more than 20 million people, 2 crore people are doing authentication using their biometrics and Aadhar every day to avail various services across the country. Aadhar empowers every Indian with unique identification through which he can receive his entitlement in a hassle-free manner without any intermediary and middleman. Nobody can steal, fudge or manipulate his entitlement or rightful claims. If he wants to have a ration through his Aadhar-linked ration card, then only he can get it, no one else. Come what may, no one can steal, fabricate or manipulate his identity. His document, his vote, his passport, his scholarship, his LPG gas cylinder, his property, his driver license, his pension, his share of social benefits, anything that you may name. If his entitlement is linked to Aadhar, it becomes absolutely non-manipulative and he can receive his entitlement online in a paperless, presence-less and cashless manner. With no intermediaries around, it diminishes opportunities for corruption, and this is the real empowerment of people. Aadhar is thus helping the government renovate the whole delivery system in our country and ensure targeted, hassle-free, direct, portable, real-time auditable delivery of services, benefit and subsidies free of middlemen and intermediaries. Distribution of food grains through fair price shops outlets is being done through Aadhaar. More than 1.62 crore ghost and duplicate ration cards have been eliminated through Aadhaar. More than 3 crore ghost and duplicate LPG gas cylinders have been removed using Aadhaar. In past, whenever ghost and duplicates were removed, they used to re-enter in much larger number sooner than later, like monster Rakht Bij of Indian mythology, whose every drop of blood falling on the ground used to create another monster. But now with Aadhaar, re-entry of ghosts and duplicates is almost impossible. Aadhaar has been adjudged by Oxford Dictionary as Hindi Word of the Year 2017. We will look forward for the day when Farji and Benami words are deleted from Indian dictionary. A scholarship to college and school students are being directly into the Aadhaar-linked bank accounts. Any government with limited resource has constitutional duty to ensure equitable and rightful distribution of resources. Aadhaar is not only a tool for direct benefit transfer, but is an instrument of empowerment of people. It has been helpful in reducing administrative inefficiencies and almost ensuring zero leakage in the implementation of the schemes on the ground. It has resulted in great savings to public exchequer. In 2.5 years alone, Aadhaar has saved the government more than 57,000 crores. The World Bank, in its report on Digital Dividend 2016, has estimated that Aadhaar could save government $11 billion every year through reduced leakage and efficiency gains if Aadhaar is used in all benefit and welfare schemes of the central government alone. State governments can also save a similar amount. Nobel laureate for the economics, Joseph Stiglitz, said, UID is a great achievement and may offer sound protection to people in India. When you have to distribute public goods on a massive scale, like food, you need to identify who you are making the distribution to, so the right of people, so that the right people get it. In the US, we have a social security numbers that perform the same function. Every citizen ought to have a number through